Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for tuning in. If you're new here, welcome. I appreciate you taking time to check us out. If you're returning, well, welcome back. I appreciate you taking time to check out what's new and Adventures with Scott. So, in this video, this is going to be part one of probably a three-part series of the team overland rally hosted by Coffee and Crawlin. This was once again an awesome event. I'm super glad I was able to make it, and I wouldn't have missed it. I don't plan on missing any of them because they're just that much fun.
That was a lot harder than you
So if you guys don't know what the Team Overland Rally is, it's basically a very long course with gates or flags, and you work as a team, and
yeah, right there we had
you navigate the course. The fastest team ended up with like a 45-minute finish time. All other teams were over an hour. So the team we just saw, I mean, they broke a portal gear in the first truck, and like rules are basically you have to carry anything,
nice driving.
any extra parts, tools, anything like that have to be carried on the truck. Winching and the kinetic ropes are what you use to get yourself unstuck. You do have the option of hand guiding it, but that is a penalty. And I think that's a 2-minute penalty. And then you can winch, and that's no penalty if you go to nature, but the course marshals were carrying winch sticks. So if you ended up winching to the winch sticks, that was a penalty, and I think that was only like 30 seconds. But I know most people just found nature to winch to, so this is going to be a variety of the different groups and a lot of different methods. Like these guys were using, I think it was a modified bungee cord here. It was like a kinetic rope, and then a winch cable on the other end. This was, I'd say, the hardest or the second hardest obstacle here. Just this huge rock face where you crest, and then this gnarly little gap here. So you could get about 3/4 of the way up this rock, and drive the rest of the way. So most of the guys, you can see the winch cable there. Most of the guys ended up, daisy chaining the guys together after the first person got up.
Yep.
So
I'll try to get out of the way here.
It wasn't necessarily just about how you yourself can do, but it was about, working as a team and getting everyone.
Let's get your winch in.
Up.
Get your winch.
And,
let's get that in.
Over and through
and then
these
that way
obstacles.
you can.
I'm sorry, guys.
So, it was a blast.
This is all about fun.
Yeah.
This is all about fun.
Yeah, I dropped my GoPro, but I caught it.
Hope it was on, man.
It was, I think, one of the first times I ever dropped my GoPro. So
Alright, there you go.
I caught it before it hit the ground. So I think it's Jeremy's Subaru.
Put a tire up on that wall. Is that
I think it's just a 10.2 or 10.3.
Oh, yeah,
I've been wrong before. Jeremy, if you're watching this, not that. Sorry. Comment below. Let me know what it is. Super cool though. Super cool rig. I've never seen that body on anything before. So, and that's one of the joys of RC. You can make the cars your own. You don't have to run one of like 4 bodies.
Yep, try to get your tire. Oh no, hold on.
So this guy was running a hard body.
Okay, watch your stuff.
And he ended up breaking a knuckle. So that
Yeah,
Kinda
otherwise
took him
we
out.
drag you through
You
this.
can do that.
He did
Like,
baby
handle
it.
got him.
Just finish.
You know,
Handle got him.
he handed God it there,
And if you could drive,
past the
Go backwards.
obstacle, and he
There
was
you go.
able to
You got it,
keep
you got it, I think.
driving.
Yeah.
I
Okay,
don't
there you go,
remember
there
if
you
he
go.
finished,
Nice and slow. You got it.
but I know he drove for a while with that.
I know, he's a killer.
But I know when he came to obstacles, it kind of really hurt him.
You have to go down.
And this was about maybe the halfway point.
There you go. Nice and slow. Gas, gas.
So this gnarly side hill to a drop kind of it threw a lot of people for a loop
Uh-oh. I mean,
on the best way to navigate it.
I got the other strap over here.
So go to his back axle.
that's what I
Some
was thinking.
people
Try to
rode
flip him.
just
Yeah.
straight body along it.
Back up.
I chose to ride my driver's side tires
Yeah.
high on the wall that I'm standing on,
Oof, fell down, but we'll see. Ready, Jaden?
and
Give it gas. Give
Another
it.
pull, another pull. Oh.
Hold on, hold on. I'm gonna do a pull you down this way.
Wait.
he's
Oh,
got
that's
it.
that
nice.
was a beautiful recovery there.
Now I gotta
With the
unhook.
flip
And then
and
Jaden
then the
go and reverse.
roll. So, but again, on that wall, I had chose to ride high on the left side and kind of run to this V notch and then just jump off.
Halfway,
So this is Brian.
halfway and start pulling people.
He's the one in front.
Extend ourselves over
Chris is behind him. I think Brian's is just a completely custom rig. I believe this is what he uses for his Class 2 comp truck as well.
there. Put your cable up there.
Chris behind him here. Brian's undoing the winch cable for. That's a VRD carbon. And then Craig is behind him, and I think his is just a custom comp rig. So these guys
To the right.
going together,
Go straight.
tying up. These guys were the ones who took first. I think between 45 and 48 minutes.
Hold on.
These guys were smooth. They were efficient. And they moved quickly.
Step over, Chris.
So nice job, guys. Yeah, these guys did great. They worked great as a team. And they had some killer rigs. They weren't like overland, like, you know, hard body rigs or anything like that, but their rigs are well built, took the abuse, and Brian accidentally bumped the reverse there. So
Can I just hand of God for
I
2
think
minutes?
this was their one and only penalty. Brian took a hand of God.
Does that mean I get back
So I think that was their, yeah, I'm pretty sure that was their only penalty.
Get out of your way. Sorry, man. What a dummy.
But things happen, and they my team took second. They had us by 20 minutes, so they could afford the two.
Once you'll have to wait until you get over that hill that they're on right now.
But yeah, this
kinda
is a
gnarly.
super, you know,
You won't be
off
able to pass on
camera.
it, but once you get past that, you'll be able to pass it.
See Craig just creeping through here,
Hey, Chris, don't do
up
what I
over
did.
this rock.
Don't fucking tap the reverse and launch it, dude. Alright.
So Chris working his way out across that other gap. Onto the top.
Don't let me get in your way. Yell at me if I'm in your way. You fat YouTubing fuck, get out of my way.
So Craig here
You gotta
able
be
to
swearing too on camera?
get over, get lined up.
We can just drown that out.
Okay.
I'll beatbox over it or something.
Boom, boom. There's a little bit of a pinch under there, but be careful. Just drive down, let it settle, and turn to the right. Right. There you go.
So
See what Chris did?
it's hard to
Drive down.
Chris making that look smooth.
Pinch here. Down, right.
See, and this is about what I did right here. I went high and got myself past those rocks, and then out. So on to the next set of obstacles. Super cool tree. So this is kind of an off-camber,
Stuck in the balance beam, just drop off
super
and then back to
dusty.
the can. Don't fuck around.
Remember, reverses are free here. There you go. I forget.
So ended up following these guys for a little while. I tried to get a little bit of everybody.
Two of us fell off that side.
If you don't,
Coming through
if you
there.
were part of the event and don't see yourself in here, I'm sorry. I did run. This is going to be a 3-part video. So if you don't see yourself in this first one, then you know, find yourself. You know, you could find yourself in one of the other ones. So don't forget to check back next week and see if
Beautiful. There you go.
you know you're in there. So these rocks, that descent was a challenge. So again, it's off camber, it's dusty. We had seen a lot of people throw themselves off of that in either direction. My team, we ended up starting physically first, or physically second. We finished physically first. The team that you saw at the very beginning, they were the first starting team, and with their the breakage that they had of the portal gear and stuff, it slowed them down, and we ended up passing them just for time's sake. But going second did allow me to, you know, video,
Nice teamwork, guys.
Over here.
you know, everyone,
I pick up
and
that landing.
watch other people, which was pretty awesome.
Those make gears go.
So, Chris rolled off. We did see a lot of rollovers in that one spot. So Chris rolled off there, and they were able to just use the car ramrod method and get him back over. So
Not ideal.
Yeah,
It didn't work.
Brian coaching him through here. The key up here was to enter high just like he did.
that's how you do it.
A lot of people got sucked down in the crease down there, and that kind of, you know, several people did end up upside down in the bottom here, so
Back up now. Reverse a lot.
that was a challenge.
Keep going.
Make your reverse count.
Keep going. There you go.
But the key here was just stay high, just like
Okay, now up
Craig did here.
Yeah, nice try.
So next obstacle here wasn't anything crazy. I mean, it was tough. It was not. I didn't see anyone just drive up it. So Brian pulled up, tried for you know, 30 seconds or whatever, and then just hooked winch. And that's the thing. Sometimes you just need to realize
Nice.
when you're doing, you know, events like this, you know, strategy. You know, maybe give it a shot or two, and then if you're not getting it, just winch, because you could burn up 2 minutes trying to get the obstacle without, you know, being successful, or you could burn up 30 seconds hooking up the winch and winching up the obstacle. So, but ultimately it's all in fun, and you know, as long as you're having fun, that's all that matters.
They're awesome in the snow. They're unbelievable in the snow.
Let me get out of your way. Well, here.
Because like my
So Chris here working his way up, trying to go across, but the root got the better of him.
To this guy.
Yep.
But
There you go. Nice
was
driving.
able to drive out of that.
Go right into that beam.
and Brian just horn on me if you have to stop.
Road going high, and Brian pulling him as well, just able to help him walk right up. So Craig's up next here.
Yeah, I
Chris
love
just
them
gonna
for
hook up
trails.
to him, like I
just
said.
like them a
Just
lot.
That really
once
works
you
good.
develop
Coming
a
through the water like
strategy,
that,
just
using
use
a
it.
tree.
Luggy.
Oh yeah, maybe I'll do that.
So even though he's hooked up, he's able to just
Yeah, I've got
drive out,
him on the optic
drive back,
and my haul.
and then just pull.
But I didn't realize this since I was talking to Byland, there's 1-to-1
They're really good in real life.
So this truck's super capable. He's on the deluxe
Yeah.
Iron Rock tires, which are super capable. So ended up walking back, catching up with the next team. This was two basically completely stock optics and a base camp.
It's a tough one.
So
But Ryan
it's
McNally
cool to have
reversed.
different rigs with different capabilities.
Oh
Where some might shine, some might,
Somebody was, I think, I
you
heard on
know,
the radio, somebody was flipped upside down in a crevice somewhere.
might not, and then
That figured out, I think. I'm not sure.
having both that are able to shine in different areas,
That didn't sound good.
What was that noise?
The pedalboard.
you know,
Oh,
makes it so you can
Oh, I was
work
I'm
through
like,
issues.
that's
Messed
yeah,
up
that was
gears.
the car. I was like, damn.
If that's the car, it's real broken.
Can you get back up there, Tom? And then, yeah, right there.
So
Yeah, I mean,
he was kind of stuck up against this rock right here. Unfortunately, he was having issues with his beadlock spinning on his tires. And so, like, here, he wasn't able to just get enough traction to
There you go.
get through
I
it.
say keep it hooked
So
up. Keep it hooked up and go.
these guys fought that issue all day. And it was a tough one because there's plenty of spots where he should have been able to just drive, but the beadlocks spinning on the tires made it so he couldn't.
Objects just drive over each other.
So another ram the roof, flipped him over. So unlucky slide, the wheel hop.
Water rescue.
Kind of flipped him upside down. So this was once again at the boom site in Stillwater, so right on the St. Croix River. So
using the
he's
trash.
pulling out his traction boards, which he custom made, and they were metal. First time I had seen anything like it, but they worked really well. He left little spikes on the ends of them, and that allowed him to, you know, kind of stake it into the ground and stake it up against what he was going up. And, you know, that's something I'd never seen before, so pretty cool. And the fact that, yeah, it allowed him to hold it in place, you know, using the ground. So, first time I'd ever seen anything like that. So, but with those wheels spinning, base camp
Don't
here
worry
is
about the
just
camera.
not able to
got
make it.
editing for this.
So, little help from a friend. Able to just get him up. And you can see his tires start spinning there. Or his tires stopped spinning, but his wheel was still spinning. So
Like real slow. There you go. There you go. Keep winching. Keep
Use-
winching. Keep winching.
use the
There you
traction
go.
boards to get him up to the first step. It was kind. This is that
You gotta keep
big
it
rock.
Video
Again, different angle.
Oh really? I love cases.
He was able to use
It was
his
a
traction
wonderful-
boards to get up to that first spot, and then his winch to get him up to here. And again, this is like a multi-step process because getting up that first rock wasn't easy,
Yeah.
and the longer that the day went
Can you
on,
wait right there?
the more it
filmed
got
our
torn
whole
up.
run.
So
Right there.
At times, I
it
was
made it
filming
even
with my
tougher.
mouth.
Really?
Tighten
Yeah.
up. There you go.
I'm like,
Tighten up.
I'm like this,
Tighten
like.
up.
so yeah,
Keep
he's
going. There you
getting
go.
himself
Like,
going up the rock.
so there's probably some shots that weren't very good.
He's almost up to the
'cause-
top.
Can you wait right there?
Yeah.
All right. Yes. Send me some line. All right. Tighten up. Yeah, you good. You can just send it over and then winch us up.
Yeah, you should be able to get over now.
I'll move the land hook.
So
I got it.
he's up at the top now to a point where he's pretty solid. So time to get the base camp. Get the traction board set. But he ended up pulling cable, hooking up to the optic here,
Oh yeah, they docked.
which ended up turning the optic around and running the winch out
You gotta put that inner
to be able to reach.
docking.
So something I haven't tried, but I was thinking about while I was editing this video, is if you
I was
hook
surprised.
two
I made it through
winches
on one
together,
battery. We all did.
like one on one truck, one on the
43?
other truck, and you're winching in,
Yeah,
would
I
that
shoved
double
43
your
in the door.
speed?
43. That's what
I think it would.
And
It might be a
you're
strategy
right
we
there.
try the next
Oh, we used it out of our run.
event.
I have a
They're both pulling.
I have two 2200s in mind.
Yeah, I don't know why it wouldn't work.
14300.
I could be wrong. I've been wrong before. My wife will tell you. Let me know in the comments below if you've done it or
I
whatever.
told him, I was like, I just can't keep my mouth shut, so whether you
know,
find that as a handicap
know if it
or
would.
help, I don't know.
Yeah.
Interested to know. Let me know in the comments.
Can't help myself, so I'll take a little bit of both. That's all right, man.
So now getting the optic up there, you can see that's a gnarly little undercut there.
You guys, would you like a time
So
out myself?
right, as long as you got to about here, you were solid and you were able to pretty much drive the rest of the way over. So creeping along here. This is a decent little gap that kind of messed some people up because you got hung up in that along that ledge.
Good use of the ladders
So
too.
he ended up putting out traction
If there were
boards
scale points for this,
and
you guys would be racking.
winching
We're trying to
himself
figure out how we
over
can incorporate some sort of scale point
this rock
system.
because a lot of people
Because you
had
only
the
have to
problem
make everything a deduction.
where they'd get hung up on that
Like, if you
other
don't
rock
have- if you don't
and
have-
it would just
Yeah.
pull them there. It was like, no, I'm not letting
Get
go.
in a good spot so I can put the ladders down.
Oh, there you go. Now you're thinking.
All right. I'll take the two ladders. Where's your other one? I got it.
So it was pretty cool. There was also times where they put all four of their traction boards together
All right, I'm over.
to give them the width.
Yeah, all flexed out. Oh, look at that up in there.
Up in there.
This is how you are.
Cinematic effects.
Cinematic effect.
Get wheels not spinning.
Get wheels not
No,
spinning.
no, they're spinners, man. They're supposed to do that. People pay extra for that shit.
Yeah, so
I'll get out of your way.
I think
Just in case.
at this point he had 2 or 3 wheels the V-Box were spinning on, which
And then I might
you know,
Teamwork.
I know for a fact that there was 2 of them that were on opposite wheels. So
Let 'em back up.
got himself in there, needed a little help out.
There you go. Ready? No, you gotta go back some more. There you go.
Can you come up here with the
Yeah,
optic?
you pull
Got
mine.
himself pinched, so recommended he come over here and go up this rock face. Pull him.
There you go.
Perfect.
He was able to get out.
Slick, dude.
Good job,
That actually
guys.
worked really well.
So this is that off camber up. Again, these guys are whipping out the traction boards with the ladders, if you will.
Joe made me a custom turnout for it.
There you go. Stay up there when you get up there.
So the key here was kind of hanging a higher, just on the outside
Fell
here.
down.
Stay this side.
Yeah, I think if I just have my wheels run this edge.
I was gonna say use it like a rail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Use it like a rail.
Like those comp vehicles that can go up vertical.
There's
Just let it
quite a
hang off
few.
one side because then you can't slip off the other.
Took him a little bit of time here. And a lot of these clips throughout this whole video are chopped down time-wise. Just because otherwise we'd have like 20 hours of video. So,
Damn it.
he was unable to get down. The optics
Honestly,
seem
I'm
to
glad
hang
that
a lot of
happened,
belly
because
right
if I
off
would've
that
backed out more, I
that
could
ridge.
have just lost it completely.
Yeah, that would have not.
I know I did. You guys will see most. I recorded pretty much all of my team's run.
Hey,
Pretty nice.
that's fine. It
So
works.
that'll be the third
There.
video in the
Glad I got that
series.
on camera. Let me give
What
it
will
back.
be my
Yeah,
team's
that's
run. So make sure to come back and check out how we did.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, the optics seem to hang belly
You want to
right on this like drop off here, and then it spun us sideways. Yeah, it was rough.
You really don't need the drop tire until you get to like, you know, here. Okay.
So yeah, the key here was the
Yeah, come on.
drop tire. You can see he's getting a little sideways, but
Can you try to flip it?
I don't know
You want to put that ladder down?
if he just had the perfect angle for it or not. But
Is that gonna stay?
yeah, it
There we
was
go. Perfect.
it was tough.
Not bad.
Keep it past.
I know I had
Yeah.
to hook winch and
Yeah.
get pulled.
There you go. Nice.
Later.
Down here, we can flip you
Well,
off.
like,
He ended
put
up
some
getting
tension
back.
on it. There you go.
Here's what I was
Now,
talking
steer
about, how the
driver.
optics were getting their belly
More
hung.
tension. There you
Turn
go.
them
Steer driver, and
sideways.
Go forward. Keep going. Keep going. Okay. Okay. Hold.
Easy.
All right. Now
So,
go ahead. Keep going forward.
Keeping a little
driver.
bit of pressure
I
there.
think you're gonna make this, man.
Trying to
Give
drive
him a little bit more
forward
tension. Yep.
and
Keep going a little
driver
bit.
to
Whatever.
kind of straighten yourself
Yeah,
out.
There you go. All right, now forward a little. Oh yeah. Ooh. I mean, either way, if you fall
Ooh.
down, you
Hang on.
cleared this one. So.
I don't want to pull you off.
And this wasn't easy.
Can you just drive down to
The
here now?
copy and crawling guys
There you go.
did a
We're down?
great
I'll
job
take that.
All right.
If you could,
designing a challenging course. So this is where I was talking about earlier with when Brian's team went through, Brian, Chris, and Craig, about how you need to stay high
Here, stay with.
because
While he
you end
goes
up
down.
getting caught up down here in the bottom. So gotta winch him over, and this base camp wasn't light. He had a lot of brass. As you can see, the optic just getting worked.
Yeah.
So
Truck weighs like
hook
this.
the other optic up
Yeah, that with all that
and give him a
brass.
Yeah, I was
little
gonna say, I can see some
little
brass
more
going down there.
anchorage.
It is not a light truck.
Not sure if that's a word in that sense.
Just winch.
We're
You're
going.
anchored there.
There you go. There you go. There you go.
So
Yeah, because the tractor winch has a 10-pound.
guy driving the base camp, working in that reverse there to get him.
I can pick up my hauler and it's 15.
Yeah, that's crazy, dude.
Get himself worked over
I would just
while they were
just leave
pulling
it-
on
yeah,
him,
just leave it
and
on
they're slowly just keeping
is a
pressure
super
on
key
them to
dog.
keep them off that rock with the winch,
Okay.
and then disconnect. So that was a
That
that was a great team effort there to keep him, going in the right direction. So these guys worked as a team, and that's one thing I saw from pretty much every team. Every team worked really well together,
Here and up.
and that was super cool to
Flags
see.
on top of that hill.
Just camaraderie and
Big time.
the team effort put forth by everyone. So again, guys, this is part one of probably 3 videos for the Coffee and Crawlin Team Overland event
Damn it.
from June
This might be a winch
2025. So
Jason. He might
uh,
pull you out.
guys, check back next week for part 2. And then the following week for part 3. I appreciate you guys taking the time to check us out. If you're still here, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Leave a comment what you guys liked about the video. Or if you went to the event, what was your favorite part of the event? Let me know in the comments. It's cool to see things like
Yeah,
that.
Kevin.
And
That's what
I'm
yeah.
super excited for the next one.
I'm gonna pull you down a little bit.
Rumors are there might be a night one, there might be a micro one, there might be one with trailers. All options are still up in the air. So thanks for tuning in. Till next time, guys. Get out and have your own adventures.